Okay, I thought I'd do a video on the progress with the ATFG All Red Albinos. This is a batch of young growing out. They're kind of hitting maturity, more or less. And I do have a couple of long fin ones, which I won't be able to find because of all the plants in there. And the plants are in there because in case they have fry. And they do manage to eat the fry. I think that might have been one of the long fin ones, I'm not sure. Can't really tell. But anyway, these are 10 weeks old. And there's quite a few in there, more than you think. The males are starting to fully mature, as I said. It's a nice one there. A couple of them anyway. And then I have another batch, which is a few weeks older. Also a lot of plants in there because these have started having fry. I'm going to pull probably 2 or 3 trios out to use as breeder trios. And then I'll finally be able to start selling some. Now, I haven't really checked to see if there were long fin ones in here. I only mention that because the original trio I got was a regular fin male and female and a long fin female. And in the beginning, the long fin female was the most prolific. And it took a while to finally get fry out of the regular fin female. If I can get a close-up so you can see. Color is really coming in nicely on these. And once again, they are albinos. I've never gotten a black-eyed fish out of this line. And they're beautiful fish. I'm really happy with them. Kind of exceeded my expectations. And see if we can get to where they're not blurry. Nice fish, and once again they're eating live baby brine shrimp, which you can see is like little blurry spots. And the plant is a couple of really large thin leaf water sprite. So, alright, let me move on to some more. And let's see, I thought I saw some fry in here somewhere. Trying to drop the camera in, that would really stink. Alright. There's one right there. So, that's that. Girl on the door is still there. And I put in a little bit too much live baby brine shrimp in this tank. See if that helps. That's a tank of breeders. And I'll mention I did take a couple of older males from the batch before these females, and the reason for that is the males fully developed, and I really wanted to get the best out of the genes with these males. I really put in too much live baby brine shrimp, and I think I have one fry up there. These fish do go after their fry like it's the best meal they ever had. Try to get a close-up on them. I'll get to these guys soon. These are the red-laced albino snakeskins. Probably a couple videos down the line. So what do you call an Italian woman with 2 broken arms? A mute. A mute. Oh. That's terrible. And if you get an Italian woman angry, it won't matter if she can't move her arms, you'll definitely know she's angry. Guarantee you that. Personal experience on that. Quite often. Anyway, so that's a pretty good look at them. And there you can see how fantastic the fins are. I think I mentioned in prior videos on these guys and gals. They're not quite an IFGA strain. They have a very wide tail, the males. And the dorsal is not a parallelogram. but it gets so big you can really get by if you wanted to show fish like this, because you'll lose some points, I guess, for the shapes of the dorsal and tail, but the color and intensity will more than make up for that. And the body size does get pretty big for an albino. So this tank is still coming down. And try not to kick anything. That's the red dragons from yesterday. And this tank, I'll try to film over the hard water stains, or under it, or through it. It's another tank, obviously, of the All Red Albinos. Another really, really nice male. And that's a little bit younger male. You may ask why I do that. It's because I really like the color on this male already. It goes all the way to the nose. It's a little bit unusual. I get it on some, but not all of them. Maybe he'll actually come close to the camera. And this one has it too, but it's not as intense as it is on the other male. Yeah, I tried reversing this tank, and there were more hard water stains on the other side. So I don't really have enough 5.5s to just sit this one down for a week and clean it with that barkeeper's friend and then air it out and set it back up. I'll have to do that. Maybe I can do that when I take this tank down. That might be the thing to do. Although I have to make sure that one doesn't have the hard water stains too. So there you can see how nice these fish are. And there's a young one in there. Not sure how that got there. Obviously I put her in there. And this is my last tank of breeders for the All Red Albinos. And once again, I selected slightly older males. They're from the generation before these females, which I'll show next. But you can see how nice these are. Fantastic fins on them, like I said before. And the color's great. And even the gonopodium is red. It's just like everything is red on these things, including, of course, the eyes. Because as we know, albinos are devil fish. And once again, they're eating a lot of baby brine shrimp, which I said like 7 times now. And I did select 2 slightly different types of females in here. And I'll see if I can get a good look at that. Now these 2 females, that one and that one, are like a buttery, not gold, but a buttery color, you can see. And then this one was kind of pink. Now I do get, you can, there, if I can keep them both in the same shot, you can actually see what I'm talking about. Which is rare, because usually I don't know what I'm talking about. But there you can see that one's more pink than these are buttery color. So once again, it's 2 trios in this tank, which is the tank with no stained water stains on it. And as I've said numerous times, this thin leaf water sprite, it's the one that grows the best in my tanks. I have tried, well, Java moss does pretty well for me as well, but it's very slow growing, and it works like a filter, and I have a hard time keeping it clean. So that's why you don't see as much Java moss in the upper tanks. These are 5.5s. They're the top rack of my fish room. So nice. It's a shame I can't get a real good view of these because they are the nicest of all the fish in here. Maybe I can view it through the hard water stains. It's not working. Alright, I should have put them in a nicer tank. Alright, so that's these guys. I wanted to get this done while the tanks were clean, and before I have to get started on doing a lot of tank maintenance over the next couple of days. So it'll probably be a couple of days before I have another video up on something. And once again, these were the All Red Albinos and nice fish. You can see how pink the eye is, and he's kind of looking pink, but believe me, it's an intense red, orangish red. Very, very cool. Probably one of my favorite lines, even though I say that about a good dozen or so lines. Nah, not that many. But red's my favorite color, so I have a lot of red strains. And I'll try to do a video on the progress with the Roebuck Reds. I brought things down quite a bit. I culled them down to the best few trios I had, and took fry from them, and now I'm setting those fry up in their own tanks. So I might do that video next, unless people are sick of red fish. So, alright, if you want to buy the food, high protein food, which I highly recommend, even though it's mine, it's 54+% protein, 15% fat. It's 6 or 7 ingredients in it, and it's good stuff. And it's part of the reason why I have no room in any of my tanks. I still have about 7 drops of fry from various lines that I have to find tanks for. It'll be one of the things I'll be doing the next few days. And there you go. So that's a good look at these really intense all red albinos. If you have any questions, you can just put them in the comments, or you can send me an email. I put the email address in the video description. And thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.